Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I am making a new recipe for dinner tonight. You know, we try to eat fish a couple times a week because it's better for us. So I thought I would share this. It's called Tuscan salmon. So first thing I'm doing is boiling some water in my 2-quart saucepan. I'm gonna put some orzo in it because it said to like serve it over rice, but we had rice yesterday, so I felt like eating something different. So orzo is kind of, you know, pasta rice, pasta shape, rice shaped pasta. Then I'm using my 12-inch nonstick stainless skillet. I love this pan. It's perfect for recipes like this where you want to have pan gravy. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is turn the skillet on, add some butter and some olive oil and heat them up, and then I'm going to sear my salmon. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of that in there too and get that working. I already peeled the skin off the salmon, so it's sitting here waiting. So I'm just gonna give that a minute. And while that's working, we're gonna get some of the other ingredients ready. So this called for 1/3 cup of sun-dried tomatoes drained. So I did that. And I'm going to use my food chopper, my handy food chopper. The harder you hit it, the better it likes it. And I'm gonna chop these up. I love sun-dried tomatoes, but what I learned about them is that if the pieces are too big, they take over the whole dish, because then you get a whole entire mouthful of sun-dried tomatoes. If the pieces are nice and tiny, they give that really good depth of flavor to the dish without taking over everything, if that makes sense to you. So I like them kind of small, okay? So that's one of the reasons I'm using my food chopper to get them all out here. Now your food chopper comes apart like this. I don't know how anybody lives without this thing, honestly. Opens up like that, goes in the top rack of the dishwasher. Okay, so my butter and olive oil is just about ready over here. Just gonna kind of mix them together. Turn my skillet down a little. And I'm gonna grab my fish. I have 2 pieces of fish and I'm gonna lay them in here. I mean, you can cook your salmon with the skin on it. I just personally don't like it that way. So I always take the skin off my salmon. You know, you basically buy it with the skin. You can also, if there's a fish counter at your store, you can ask them and they will remove the salmon skin for you. They will weigh it before they take the skin off though, so you are gonna pay for the skin. But either way, you're paying for the skin, so it doesn't matter. So basically I use a really sharp knife and I kind of just tug it up and I press it with the knife, and most of it comes off except for these little pieces over here. You see them? They're the ones that didn't come off on the skin. They were kind of left over. Okay, so now I need a couple of pieces of garlic pressed. So I'm just gonna kind of hack those in half. You don't have to peel them, but I do like to hack them in half. Just makes it easier to press them. I'm gonna press them right on top of this. I love this garlic press. If you don't have this yet, it is like freaking the most amazing thing ever, I'm telling you. We do have a brand new garlic tool called the garlic prep tool, which is awesome also. So it just depends on, you know, what you're used to doing. I wanted these kind of small. So the garlic prep tool will slice them, cut them, chop them, or grate them, but it won't press them, so it's a slightly different thing, okay? So this recipe called for pressed. So I'm pressing, and I'm using the little Barbie hairbrush tool that comes with it, and you can see it just the skin is left in here. I can move that over to my last piece. Okay. The other thing that's going to go in here in the saute part is some green onions, which when I buy green onions, you know, you have to buy green onions in like a pack of 6, right? And most recipes call for 2, and I hate to waste them and they go bad real fast. So I cut them up and then I put them in a Ziploc bag and I put them in my freezer, or you can put them in a little, you know, plastic container in your freezer, and then anytime I need them, I've got them right there. So I don't have to fool around with that. And I don't waste any. All right, so now we're going to flip this salmon. Perfect, I want it to get kind of brown. It doesn't have to be cooked completely through because it's going to cook in the sauce. Okay. So we're going to just kind of flip it. Flipping the little pieces is hard. The big pieces were easy. All right. I'm pulling out a dish because one of the things in the recipe says take out a dish. I'm going to give my orzo a stir over here. And one of the things I like about this recipe is the other thing that goes in it is a whole bunch of fresh spinach. Ooh, this isn't spinach. This is spinach stuff. So I am going to use probably the rest of this package of spinach because, of course, we went to the grocery store today and I didn't buy any more. But it says 2 cups of fresh spinach. And you know that when you use fresh spinach, it becomes invisible. I can't explain it, but it shrinks down to 1/10 of its size. It's so weird. So my thing is I always err on the side of what looks like too much spinach, but it always winds up being the right amount. All right, so I'm taking these salmon fillets out of here. And my little bits of salmon, which are basically just going to add to the sauce. All right, so now going to add a cup of cream. The recipe called for heavy cream. I didn't have heavy cream, so I'm using light cream. Oh, crud, I did that wrong. Crud, I did that wrong. Let's go back. This is what happens when I try new recipes and I'm on camera. I gotta figure out where to put this cream. Just give me a second. I'm gonna put it somewhere. I love it when you're watching me cook and I'm doing things wrong, right? Isn't that fun? We all do things wrong sometimes. All right, I'm taking my cream out of here because it wasn't supposed to go in yet. What's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to be sauteing, so now you need to add a little bit more olive oil to this. I'm supposed to be sauteing the garlic, green onions, and sun-dried tomatoes that I chopped all up and got ready. And then I forgot to do that. All right, we're just gonna give these a little bit of time in the saute pan. You don't wanna overcook them, especially, you know, green onions and garlic, they get overcooked quickly. So we're just gonna kinda sweat them a little. Okay, sweating them means cooking them without making them brown. So I want them to release their juices, and in this case, I want my green onions to defrost, which happens very quickly. Ooh, it smells like garlic, so we know we're getting there. If you keep it moving in the pan and you have some olive oil in the pan, I'm gonna stir my orzo, sorry. Keep it moving in the pan, it will cook nicely without getting black, because if you overcook your garlic, you basically have to take it out of the pan and start over. So I don't want to have to do that. Okay, I'm going to turn this pan down a little. I have it up real high. And I'm going to go back to my cream and add my cream. Okay. And I'm going to add my Romano. This is probably up too high. Probably need to turn it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to put my fish back in the pan and let it collect all this beautiful flavor. Okay. And I was thinking, oh, the sauce is really thick. Why is it so thick? And then I remembered the magic ingredient that's going to thin it out is all of the spinach, right? So I'm going to cover the whole thing with spinach. And then I'm going to put a lid on it and let it cook for 5 or 6 minutes. So it cooks the salmon all the way through the middle. It's going to wilt my spinach up nicely. Wish I had more spinach than that. Should have bought it today, but I wasn't paying attention. And I'm going to pop my lid on here. It's not the right lid, but that's okay. And let it cook for a little bit, and then I'm just going to serve it over the top of my orzo. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you loved me making a mistake on camera. What did I say? I'm a content creator, you know, so this is what I do. This is my online business that I do with Pampered Chef. And if you think you could do it as well as me or probably better than I do it, you know, come talk to me, because you can be an online creator also. I mean, and make your own videos or just take pictures, whatever, however you like to do it, and start your own Pampered Chef business in case you're looking for an online business. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Thanks so much. Have a great evening.